Hey guys, what's going on? So, finally, final season of Stranger Things is coming. It's definitely one of the shows that I've been waiting for. But what's fun in praising it? Anyone can do it. Show is awesome, it's interesting, it's okay. We're not praising it in this video. So I decided to make some sort of a research. I talked to the people I know, some of my friends, and asked them to be honest with me and say what they don't like in Stranger Things.
Wait, what?
So now I have this list of bullet points that I'm gonna share with you, and I will argue with some of them, and I do agree with others. Let's go. Every season is built on the same scheme. They divide characters into groups. Each group has its own challenge, quest. They figure out parts of the situation, parts of the puzzle. Then, almost in the end, they meet, all of the characters meet, they put their pieces of puzzle together, they understand what's going on, and then they go to fight this final battle. To be honest, this bullet point is mine. Okay, for season 2, 3, and even 4, it is like that. For season 1, mostly as well, but we don't see it that way. I guess because it's just the beginning of the show. Why is that bad? Why is it something that we criticize the show for? It simplifies the whole thing. The story can be a little bit more willowed, but the structure is pretty simple. And it makes sense as we have a lot of characters and we want to see every one of the character, their story, their sides, their growth. And if we will have them all either separately or all the time together, it won't be possible. But the good thing here is that they mix groups in every season. So it's interesting to observe how characters build new relationships within their big group. It's weird that Steve is friends with kids. I mean, I think that's one of the topics, one of the storylines that fans love the most. But I understand that logic behind it a little bit odd, right? Because Steve's an adult king of high school, almost adult. What's the point for him to hang out with Dustin or with Max or with something like that? But I call it the growth of the character, because at the beginning we see Steve, yes, as this douchebag king of high school, and we kind of don't like him. We root for Jonathan, right? But then he helped to wash out the slut thing that his kind of friends did for Nancy. And in the second season, when he started helping out Dustin, it makes sense because he already fought the Demogorgon, and now some kid tells him that this monster hits again. And it would be weird if Steve would just leave some kid alone face to face with monster. And then they're just friends. Yes, it's a bit weird, but it's also fun. It's one of these special things that makes this TV show special. The next one is no important character dies. They fight with true evil every season, and all of the main characters are, well, they survive. We all loved Eddie, but it's not the same if, let's say, Will or Max would actually die. Max is in the hospital, but she's not dead, right? We don't have the pain of losing one of the main characters, so the point of this point is that it's not enough drama. Because if we take Dexter, for example, and when, sorry for spoilers, his wife dies, that's one of the top characters and we feel pain about it. And this is something that makes character go and change and grow and all of these things. But from where I stand, I really love that none of the main character dies, because I love all of them and I love returning to all of them. And I don't feel this lack of drama. Maybe I just don't need it in this TV show. I just love observing the characters. I just love hanging out with them. I think that characters is one of the top reasons that fans love the show, because they're bright and they're interesting and they just really fun, and you want to relate to them. So killing off some of the characters won't maybe play with fans that good as it as it was with some other TV show. Their experience doesn't turn into wisdom. Okay, let's think about it. Through every season, they fight this monster. Monster in every season, it's a new monster, and it's more dangerous and it's more powerful, and they go and fight it, even when they don't have Elle. Is it stupid? Is it heroic? Is it romanticized? Let's figure out. I partly agree with it because it really kind of a little bit don't make sense when like you're a human being, you don't have superpowers, and you go and fight some super villain. But we also know that they kinda succeed every time, and Elle more or less is around, except right for the season 3, season 4 midterms. And often main powerful villain fights Eleven, and other characters, they just helping, they make distractions, they just take some time so that Eleven will be ready to fight. So yes, it's not super logical, it's a little bit stupid at times, because of course, how can you fight with something that is multiple times stronger than you? But it's also heroic. It also makes sense to stand up for yourself and fight back and don't let villains win. Okay, Joy's behavior is a bit absurd for her age. I think this means that she's a young woman, she should be progressive, and like sometimes she behaves like an elderly lady. But let's be honest, she's a middle class person living in a really small town in America in 80s. She's not supposed to be too advanced with anything other than her ordinary life. It's okay, there was no internet and this high-paced life as we'll know it now. Plus, it's a comedy. She adds this comedy relief thing to the whole show. It's maybe not that convincing at times, but it's okay. She's a living person. Season 3 monster is too much. I mean, this is obviously the tribute to The Thing and to all of these fantastic movies in the 90s. The whole season 3 is like a tribute to the fantastic movies and just movies from the 90s. So, I mean, what is too much? Okay, this TV show don't let you sleep. This one is from my friend. She knows that I'm rewatching all seasons now, and binge watching doesn't really match the healthy sleep behavior. No real threat for the people. It's like something is happening, but there is no threat for the town. It feels like if Tyrannosaurus would walk around in some town and no one would care. Partly yes, but also, I mean, we don't know what's going to happen in season 5 yet. Maybe we finally see it, but yes, it makes sense because parents act around like everything is normal, even after the government warned them about 11, after this whole story, even after this chemical leaks, even after ground cracking, everyone is like, oh well. Yeah, it makes sense because I guess people should be more scared, panic-ish. But in the end of season 4, a lot of people were leaving town, so they have this. But it was more like one short piece of an episode. Maybe they could have showed it in a different way. Maybe it could have affected the town, but we see the story through the eyes of main characters, and these are really personal stories. And it makes total sense to me because this is how we can relate. And we live this story through their eyes. It's like in Titanic. The whole ship was going under the water, and yet we're feeling only the pain of Jack and Rose. Maybe of some like mother with kids from the 3rd class or musicians, but personal stories, this is what touches. I have another one. They've gone too far from the reality to the fairy tale side. It's too unrealistic, and it's unfair that they explain all the unrealistic things with, oh, it's just a fairy tale. I can relate this statement mostly to season 3, because there are some stuff in this season that is totally not logical.
You are kidding, right?
But some things we simply don't know, and we can't explain like, yeah, this is possible. Like when kids fight huge monster with fireworks, we don't know if it would work or if it wouldn't work in real life, right? So this is like, okay, but This is a fairy tale, so it's okay. As I already mentioned, for season 3, it makes total sense as we accept these rules of absurdity a little bit, because we all the time we're been given references from Back to the Future, Terminator, Magnum, some other movies from 90s, The Thing, right? And we accept, like, okay, this is comedy, this is a bit unrealistic, but it's fun, it's still interesting. We kind of accept the rules of this game, and it makes sense even when it doesn't. A couple of moments that I really love about the show, and why I think the show is actually good. Not that anyone doubted it. Every episode, except for maybe a couple of first episodes in season 2 and a couple of episodes in season 4, the rest of the show is packed with events. It's like when you start, I just recently rewatched season 1. I'm on the season 4 now. So in the season 1, by the end of second episode, what already happened? Will is missing, Barb is killed, Eleven already escaped, met the diner guy and he was shot. She already moved to Mike's, she met the boys. Hopper moved from being really sarcastic to realizing something wrong is going on. Phone was ringing in the buyer's house. The storyline of Nancy and Steve. Authors don't dive us in slowly and let us feel the water. We jump in splashing as every episode is packed with events, and you can't even blink not to miss anything. Also, they combined the most simple, obvious, yet relatable situations that can be mother trying to save her child, boys trying to impress a new girl at school, bullies won't let you go, and so on. That's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope that 5th season of Stranger Things won't disappoint us. I truly believe that it won't. Go check my other videos and see you in the next one. Bye.